Okay, so today for you guys I have this skull tattoo that I'll be doing. So here's my cups. This one here has 5, this one here has 2 drops of ink, this one here has 1 drop of ink. So I'm just going to use this syringe dropper here to add in my distilled water. Sorry for the background noise, my kids are watching TV. Just topping them up. Oh, metal one's a little too full, so I'm just going to grab a bit of my paper towel here. Just bunch it up, just grab that little bit of ink that's about to run off. There we go. Okay, so before we get tattooing, this fake skin is really hard to get the ink off if you do not apply Vaseline first. So here's my little tub that I got here. Just rub a little bit over the whole bit of my stencil before tattooing, and I'll be doing the same process in between wiping the ink away to see what I have tattooed. So it's a little bit of a pain to work with, but you sort of get used to it. A bit more just here. Run my finger all over it, make sure I get every area. Just grabbing some paper towel, scrunching it up and getting it ready for my wiping. So I have to put the tattoo gun down when I do have to dab anywhere. So I'm using a 7 round liner. Just giving it a bit of a rinse out, just make sure there's no leftover ink in it, because I don't use these guns on anyone. These are just for doing practice work on fake skins. So I don't swap out my needles every single time. So I'm just going in here in my darker colour, along with the 5 drops, to do my outline. I just dabbed the bottom here just to get rid of that excess ink. And give it a little mix, and it wasn't quite mixed up. There we go, dab the excess ink off because I don't want too much overflow of it, so I can see where I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to speed up the video so you don't have to watch 2 hours of me tattooing. I thought I'd just show you this beginning bit to show you actually how steady and how slow I am doing my line work, because when it's speeded up it's a bit hard to see. Okay, so there you have it guys, my outline. So I'm just going to wipe away this excess ink for you now so you get a good look at it. With the Vaseline it sort of still comes off a little sticky, but it comes off. There is a trick that I do use to fully clean the ink off. It's actually WD-40. Give it a little squirt and then get your finger and rub it around, get into all that ink. It's literally the only thing I have found that gets the ink completely off these fake skins. So it's a little trick there for you guys if you have bought these cheap fake skins and have trouble cleaning them. WD-40. Here you go, see? Comes right off. I'm not going to worry so much about the ink around the outside of it. I just want to get a clear workspace to start shading it. So in my shader I have a 7 mil flat shader. So I'm just going to rub Vaseline all over it again like I did before. Give it a good coverage. Even get a little bit past the stencil just because of when shading using a lot more ink on the skin, so you can get a bit further away from your stencil, so it just makes it easy to wipe away. Well, past the stencil station, you know, outline. Okay, so now that that's all ready to go, let's pick up my gun and away we go once again. So I'm just going to be using small circular motions with my tattoo gun. I will make a note, so on my next tattoo I will have the camera facing the other side so you can actually see my needle and everything, because I realised once I put the camera in this position my hand covers most of what I'm doing. So I will in my next video put the camera on the other side so you guys can see better. So I'm just going to use my liner here just to quickly fill in the smaller hard to reach spots black first before I use my shader. It's just because it's kind of like, the way I can describe it is like working with a square marker, and when you're trying to get it in the small spaces, especially using these old school tattoo guns where the back of the gun goes over the back of your wrist, you don't have a lot of mobility to turn your hand around where you want it to be. So I'm just going to fill in with the liner in the small little spaces I can't really get the other gun into. Would you believe it or not, I did this whole tattoo with my kids here, on looking over my shoulder, bumping me, going, "Mummy, Mummy, what are you doing?" There you guys have it, the finished product. Please like and share, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more.